Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is Sunday today. You probably won't see this till a few days later, I don't know. But anyway, uh, it's beautiful. Let me look out my window. Yes, the sun is out. And I'll meet my sister at church and maybe we'll go have a bite to eat afterwards. But I just had a couple of things to share with you, being Sunday and, the Lord's Day. uh, but first, I want to show you, I curled my hair this morning. Let me get my hand there. Da, da, da. Okay, so, as you can see, I curled my hair. And no hair pieces today. No hair pieces at all. Just had that little ponytail there that I teased to fill in any gaps. And kind of left my hair off my face. Anyway, before I forget, I've been wanting to tell you, my niece gave me, her name is Carrie Lynn, gave me this diffuser. And it works really great. I don't know if you gals have one or not. But you put your essential oil in there with, well, when I was using it, I had to use it with water because essential oils really give me an allergic reaction. And but what I did last night was I used one of my inexpensive colognes. I sprayed some in there, one that I like, the fragrance. I sprayed it in and I added water. And it worked out great. Another nice thing is when the water level gets really far down, it goes off by itself. So I really like that. Okay, well, I heard there's a new movie out, Christian movie, and I believe it's called Only God Knows. So I'm going to see if I can find that later on today. And it's in limited, theaters. And what else? Just to show you a contrast of movie styles. Now, I haven't seen the Sandra Bullock movie, which is called something about the box, or I don't know, something like that. And but I heard that it's all about evil. Everything is horrible, and there's really no resolve. And I guess when they get their final destination, which is supposed to be the safe place, there's, kind of a twist there. And I don't want to give the endings away, but I've heard several people say, oh, they just loved it, they just loved it. But I don't think that I would love it. I'm not saying I wouldn't watch it, but I would definitely have a check in my spirit. Because not once did anybody call out for help from the Lord. I think even believers, when something horrible is about to happen, I got a feeling, and I hope so, the last word they say is, oh God, just out of fear, if nothing else. Anyway, but no, on the opposite end of the movie spectrum was a movie that I watched last night on television with Jennifer Garner playing the mother. And this is a true story, by the way. And she finds out that her daughter is very, very ill with a disease that can't be cured. And it's problems that caused the little girl, were she could not digest her food. So her tummy began to grow. And of course, by the end of the movie, she tells her mom she just wants to die. She just wants to end it all. Now, through the whole movie, this little girl has faith. And so the mother, Jennifer Gardner, finds out about a doctor in Boston who specializes taking care of children and, terminal diseases and stuff like that. Well, the neat thing about it, she went there with the daughter, and the reason why the movie is called God's Miracles is because after everything that happened in the movie, and I'll tell you that in a minute, she realized that there were so many people that God brought upon her path to get to the final destination. Okay? So the first person that came about was the gal Queen Latifah played, someone who worked in a restaurant, and so they became friends. And she realized that she could help them, you know, have a tour of Boston. And towards the end of the movie, the girl started calling her aunt. She wanted to be known if she could call her auntie. And of course, Queen Latifah said yes. So then the next person was, now remember, the husband and the other 2 or 3 children are at home, and they haven't seen the mother and daughter because they went to Boston. And they went to Boston and they met this doctor, finally, because that's another person that comes into the life, is a receptionist. Now, when Sandra Bullock went to Boston, she did not have an appointment to see this doctor who is backed up months and months and months. But this receptionist went out of her way to talk to the doctor, and later on she called Sandra Bullock while Sandra Bullock was in the restaurant with Queen Latifah and her daughter, and told her, I have a 7 o'clock appointment for you in the morning tomorrow. And of course, everybody was excited. Now the husband and the other 2 kids are missing the mother and child, so they decide they're going to go to Boston. But the problem is, the husband has sold his motorcycle, he's you know, sold this and sold that. They don't want to lose their house to pay the medical bills. But he goes to the airport thinking that he had enough credit on a credit card that he could buy these 3 tickets. Well, he didn't. And the little girl makes a comment after the guy at the airport turns him down a few times with different cards, credit cards. He hears one of the daughters say, she's going to die before we get there, Daddy. So the guy at the reception counter at the airport turned off the computer. And he says, oh, the computer's gone down. Well, I'm going to go ahead and give you 3 tickets. So that goes to show you how God uses people in all of our lives. He used you people for me to bring me so much joy while I'm homebound here with my mom. And I hope he brought me you to help you through your day, to bring a smile to you. You know, that is probably my biggest purpose on this YouTube channel. Anyway, we don't want to shed a tear or anything like that. So those are just a couple things I wanted to talk to you about. Now, you know, it's very easy for something horrible to happen and you start to lose your faith, because Jennifer Gardner started to lose her faith and her husband was going to church every Sunday without her. But in the end, the little girl, they let her go home to die, okay? And while she's at home, she's watching the kids playing, and there's this huge tree off in the distance out in their front yard. And her sister says to her, why don't you come and play with us? So the little girl says, oh, why? Because, you know, she's got this big belly and she's about to die. But she decides to go, and they climb this tree. Well, this tree was so old that it was hollowed out all the way to the bottom. And so while they're climbing, and the little gal with the disease gets to the top, she falls into the tree all the way to the bottom. And she dies. Now they're trying to rescue her, and they do. And when she comes out and goes to the hospital, and you know, she's as well as she can be, she realizes that she's been totally healed. And so she sets her mom and dad aside, and she's telling them, you know, I left my body and I was looking at my body laying there, Mom and Dad. And so she got healed. Yeah, she did. And this is a true story. And like I say, it's called God's Miracles, I believe was the name of it. So check it out. It's very heartwarming. Okay, well, I think that was kind of a nice topic for a Sunday afternoon, don't you? Oh, gosh. I've got 2 or 3 videos in the can, as they say. Well, I'll surprise you with them. You know, I had a request for one of them, and I worked on that last night about 10 o'clock at night, and because she just asked me that morning when I went to check the computer. So thank goodness I had done some stuff last Christmas, so I did the video for her. Anyway, I want you all to have a blessed Sunday. Take care of yourself. Take care of that young gal inside of you. Remember, she's always going to be 16. And I'll talk to you again soon, God willing. Mwah. Love you all. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye. What I meant to say is, even non-believers would probably call out, "Oh, God," in the end. Well, this is a little tag to the video because I'm just leaving church. And you know I walk fast, so I'm behind some people, and one of the ladies says to me, "Boy, you've got a lot of energy and spunk." Something like that. And I said, you know, I've got boots on, so I sound like a horse clopping on the cement. So I said, "Yes, I walk fast like my daddy did." Thank you, Lord. And I guess my twin is going to meet me for lunch at our little Mexican taco shop. My mom hasn't been eating too well lately, but she always loves those chile rellenos with her chicken enchilada. So hopefully she'll eat that all today. Anyway, we'll see what happens on the rest of the day. Well, I decided to go to the 99-cent store. And this is what I bought. First of all, I bought 3 pair of the long gloves, one for my mom's room, another pair for me, and a pair for my girlfriend. Then I picked up a second pair of earrings. You know, I had bought one set about a month and a half ago that I really liked. Some scrubber dubbers, mattress cover for my mom's box spring. This is going to be for my guest bathroom tub. I like night lights around the house. I have the kind that automatically go off during the day. A big box of cherry tomatoes. 3 more bunches of broccoli, because I've been eating a lot of broccoli lately. Our favorite rice pudding. Shredded carrots for my hubby. And 2 beautiful baskets that I carried the stuff home in the car. So isn't this pretty? You got the nice little messages there. Butterfly, which I call a symbol of new life, besides the Holy Spirit dove. And that's what I got today, after church, after lunch. Oh, and I bought 10 of those for my laundry. It's got the oxygenation in it, whatever. And you notice I keep a little rug on my dryer and my washer. Keeps it from getting all scratched up. Okay, so we had a nice meal. I had an enchilada and my chili relleno dish. And my sister had kind of a breakfast dish. It's a little tortillas on the bottom and some eggs on top with rice and beans. So have a wonderful day, girls. Talk to you another time soon, I hope. And take care of yourselves, okay? Mwah. Love you. Bye-bye. Over 70 and still glamorous.